Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I am going to go ahead and update Chiliz. Haven't done it for a little bit, and I think it's time to maybe start paying attention to it. The only thing that gives me a little bit of caution on this deal right here with Chiliz is that Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin going to do? So, show you some few things to be checking out with Chiliz for the time being. Go over the long time frame and also the short time frame for this asset, and get potential gains in the next wave run with Chiliz, because there's a potential could be there. Just matter where's it going to finish it up. Okay. So overall picture on Chiliz. Here's this wave one. This is the three. Came over here, extended fourth wave, and now it's in the progress of making a fifth wave over here. Where's the target on that? Typically, fifth waves go beyond the third wave. That's typically what happens. 1, 2, 3. Here's 4. And just beyond this fifth wave is what I suspect for Chiliz. Okay, guys. But it's already hit the middle of the trend line in the first wave. It came back down. Here's the overall picture. I want to take you guys, show you guys a few things too with Chiliz. Is that on its first wave over here, it did hit the middle trend and it did come outside the channel. That is very typical of coming outside the channel and doing a massive thrust into a third wave over there. So if it's down out here, come outside the channel, it gets back inside that channel, there could be a potential for a thrust pretty significantly over here for Chiliz. Now, here's the deal, guys. Pretty good gains right here on Chiliz. Okay. Pretty good gains on Chiliz. This next move on Chiliz is really going to be the meat of the move where you can make most of your gains on this asset. If perhaps it's going to pull that wave off. Okay. It's set up for it. So now I'm going to go into this area right here and dissect that for you guys. All right. Let's take a look at Chiliz. And now that we have everything coming together, it's starting to make a little bit more sense. When the correction is in progress, it's very difficult to suss these things out, guys. So, like, I know some people are following my channel over on my Twitter page times and asking me some things about Chiliz. And like, what do you think it's doing? I'm like, well, just let it suss itself out, figure out what it's going to do. Because when you're in the middle of the correction, it's really just a guessing game at that point, in my opinion. I like to wait till things are finished. One of the reasons why I traded Chiliz, entered in, and I exited out. And if we were in a bull market, I wouldn't have done that, but we're in a bear market. So there's the difference. There's the difference, guys. You want to enter in, ride that wave, and exit out if everything, or at least a big portion of that. Okay. So it just doesn't get on your mind, like you could, if I entered in here at 17 cents and wrote it up to 26 cents, right? And now I'm back down here. That's not good for the mind, guys. This is a mind game. You're in a mind game in the bear market right now. Bull markets are different. You just enter in right here and you go, hoorah. Yeah, there we go. Right. Something like that. And it just takes off. So little bit different strategy when you're in this bearish cycle. And the only thing that gives me caution is with Chiliz right here. So pretty sure right there was his fifth wave thrust. So you got a fourth wave there and this like second wave area. Okay. And it came back down in a three-wave move. There's very little divergence right there, and then back up into this wave. And it looks like it's coming down in an ABC. Okay. Which is what I was suspecting at first. They came down here and bounced like that. And then it was going to come back down. I wasn't too sure how deep it was going to go. Okay. So there's a few things you want to check. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to put a fib retrace. On logarithmic, it's probably going to be a 618 target of 13 cents. It could go a little bit lower, also to 12.5 cents. But if you notice that 618 is going to be right on top, not this, on this area right over here, guys, coming down. That's not a wave or anything like that, but that would definitely be a potential support area right there from 12.6 to 13 cents. Or something like that. I think Chiliz is doing a wave 4 and it's going to be coming back down for a 5. Okay. So that looks good. Take it off log and you can see 786 on linear is hitting the same target area. So there's 12.4 cents. So that this is definitely going to be an area to start paying attention to Chiliz. Okay, guys, right about that area. So about 12.5 cents. All right. Now for Chiliz to be completely bearish, since the wave ended here, it has to break 8.082 cents. Okay. So it's got a ways to go. So it's still in safe zone, if you will. Okay. Let me get rid of that for the time being. Where's my delete button here? Just a second, guys. Okay. So now I'm going to check the correction. I'm going to put back on log. I want to check the correction. So you have probably ABC here. It went up into an ABC. This was a massive flat. Just give you guys an idea of these flats. All right. I'll show you guys. Give you an idea of this flat right here. And went up there like that. And then back down. See 2.618. Definitely a target for a flat. Okay. So a three-wave swing, a three-wave swing, and now a three-wave swing. So the whole thing is a WXY like so. And you want to check that. So the target for a WXY is usually going to be about 1.38 to 1.618. They can be 1-to-1 depending on what's going on, but they like to hit 1.38 to 1.618 in a deep correction. Okay. They have more targets than that, but that's usually what I start looking for at first. So I'm going to check the ABC there and go to the top of there. And look at that, 1.38 right now, and there's 1.618, which goes right over to this target area on top of those waves, guys. So like I said, I think there's one more wave up. It's in a fourth wave, and it's going to come back down. And this is going to be the zone. Start checking it out, okay? So we have two reliable fib areas for Chiliz on the correction over here. So what you want to do too is if this is a wave one, it came down to 2, go check previous wave 1-2s on Chiliz. So we know for sure this is a wave 1-2, and you want to get a fib target to get an idea what Chiliz has done in the past. I'm not going to count that wick. Well, I'll check both. But you can see right there is probably about 618 on Chiliz. Okay. I check with the whole wick. That's pretty shallow retracement. And then without both those wicks is 618. You take it off, check it on linear too, and you can see 786 on linear. So more than likely, Chiliz is going to do the same thing over there. They have the same pattern because usually the same type of investors, the same type of people with the same type of personality are in Chiliz. There's a little bit of a mix match between them, but generally speaking, that those that like Chiliz and they stay with Chiliz for the most part. It's that's usually why you keep seeing repetitive patterns, the same patterns and the same fib levels in the same asset. And then you might see different ones in a different asset as an example. So it looks good. 618 to 786 on linear. And then Chiliz could be going into a third wave for the next immediate target be like, probably I'd say in 45 cents or something like that. You're talking about some serious gains potentially right there, guys. 250% again. And it could be a dynamic wave. Now, the question is with Chiliz, what about Bitcoin, Greg? What about Bitcoin? You said Bitcoin's going to go down. And that does cause for problems. So what could happen? Let's go over to Bitcoin. You see Bitcoin right here? Couple options. Let's say Bitcoin. Let me clear that up for you. Say Bitcoin right here. Now, my best estimated guess, I think Bitcoin is going to just wander its way back up there, right? So Bitcoin is going to go to, let's say, 8% move. It'll go up to, say, 18,200 maybe. It'll probably hit the bottom of this, 17,006, or maybe even right there to 18,200, the bottom of this area right here. Okay, especially if Bitcoin is in a what you call like an ending diagonal or a ending wedge type wedge pattern. So it came down here and then back up here, and then this whole area is another wave. And usually in these types of patterns, they like to go to these areas, go up and touch it, like so, and then come back down. So more than likely, so when Bitcoin is going to go up like this. Chiliz, what Chiliz can do, this way you want to watch Ethereum and Bitcoin, Chiliz is going up. It could come back down, right? Finish its wave, all right? During that time, when Bitcoin is like kind of wandering up, and then it does like a trend down on Bitcoin, then Chiliz could come down and finish it. And if Bitcoin's still wandering up, what I would be looking for with Chiliz is a pattern like this, just kind of going up and then down and then up and then down. You can see over here, come back down over here. You see how it just went up and then back down, up and then back down, up, like that, okay? That's what I would be looking for with Chiliz in this area. So let me take a brush, say Chili's going up, it might come back down right here like that. And then it might start doing those moves up, down, up, down, up, down, right? And then let's say Bitcoin's here, it's going to do a dump. Well, by that time, Chiliz could have gone up like this, right? Just like that, up to like, say, 16 cents. Bitcoin does a dump, and then Chiliz could do another dump. And you know what Chiliz just did? It made a little mini 1-2. That's what can happen, okay? That's why you got to just kind of pay attention to these assets, what Bitcoin's going to do. So they can bottom. These assets, these altcoins can bottom and then go into something like this, making like, this is like multiple 1-2s, 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 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. You see that? And it could do that right over there. So there could be a bottom coming up for Chiliz. Now, the other good news is too, with Chiliz, if you take a look, we're going to go down here to the RSI. You see this? Okay, so here's the start of this wave 1. There's this complete third wave. There's that fifth of the third, and then the fifth of the third, and then the fifth of the whole wave. You see? And it came down and corrected it in this section. It went way back up into that flat, came back down, and look where the RSI is right now. And it could come up a little bit more and come down even more. So it's nice and deep, resetting itself. Take a look at it on the 12-hour. You see that? Look at that. On the 12-hour, it took everything out. So Chiliz is set up. Chiliz is set up right now to finish what it needs to finish and then start going into some sort of new trend. More than likely something like that. Okay, guys? That is the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.